Adrian Ruafi.
Tēnā koe te māngai o tō are. O te rā, e tika ana kia tukumihi atu ki ngā iwi nei o te hiku o te ika a Ngāti Kuri ngai tākoto te ao pauri te rarawa. Ana ia hau tukumihi atu ki a koutou a hara mai nei ki te whakaronga ki ngā kōrero e pāna ki a tēnei pire. Ka nui te mii atu ki a koutou, e kahana kia tai atu ki tēnei rā. Nō reira, tēnā koutou o te rā, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr. Speaker, it is a real pleasure to speak on this bill and indeed any settlement bill that comes through this House, because to get to second reading or to get to the stage of processing legislation through this House is without a doubt a huge journey. It's been a long journey for these particular iwi, and I want to acknowledge them today again. I also want to acknowledge the negotiators from the iwi and the Crown officials as well who have put this bill together. I want to acknowledge the Minister for his work in creating these settlements, these enduring settlements, so that our iwi can move forward after going through some traumatic experience, historical and traumatic events that have happened over a very long time. And these settlements are instruments to recognise that and give the opportunity to move on. And I'll speak further about that later on, sir. I want to focus on two particular areas. First of all, cultural redress, and in particular statutory acknowledgement, and also the elements of the deeds that do not appear in this bill. I want to acknowledge the Māori Affairs Select Committee for the work that they've done on this bill, this omnibus bill. And as I understand it, the reason for having this omnibus bill is that much of the redress across the four packages is shared, it overlaps, and I've seen the maps of the areas of interest, and they are huge overlapping areas, for some of them entirely overlapping. And so it involves, so these claims settlement bills have been put together as an omnibus bill to ensure that each bill is enacted on the same day. And the four elements will therefore be implemented at the same time, allowing the provision of shared and overlapping redress to happen at the same time. And I think it's important for the House to note that that's the reason why. And then, of course, this particular bill will be split into 5 different Acts of Parliament. The other area, as I said, the other area that I want to speak about are the elements of the deeds that do not appear in this bill. So, statutory acknowledgement here is when the Crown will consider giving a statutory acknowledgement over defined sites or features on Crown-owned land that are of high significance to the claimant group. They may include rivers, lakes, wetlands, mountains, forests, islands, coastal areas, and other such areas traditionally of high importance to iwi and that group. And so what is the purpose of the statutory acknowledgement? Well, it gives the opportunity to participate in such things as the Environment Court and to cite the statement of association, and for any individual, whānau, hapu or iwi, to, as part of their submission to such groups as the Environment Court and Historic Places Trust, and to have that recognised or considered within those processes. And that's what the statutory acknowledgement in all settlements are about. And so in this settlement, Ngāti Kuri have 4 statutory acknowledgements, Te Aupōuri have 6, Ngai Tākoto have 9, and Te Rarawa has areas of significance as well within these bills. And so that gives, for me, a really important acknowledgement within those forum, or those authorities, I should say, to have that importance recognised when dealing with those pieces of land. And I want to acknowledge that redress mechanism as part of the cultural reconnection that is evident throughout this particular bill. I want to spend some time also on the elements that are not in the bill, and they are, first of all, I want to look at the financial redress and the social, I'll do the financial redress first. So we have a settlement here with a value of more than $97 million. It's a huge amount of money. More than 21 million for Ngāti Kuri, 21 million for Te Aupōuri, 21 million for Ngai Tākoto, and almost 34 million for Te Rarawa. These are significant amounts, but like all settlements, and it's been said before in this house, it is but a fraction of the value of what was lost. But it is not compensation, it is redress, and there's a significant difference between redress and compensation. If it were compensation, it would bankrupt our country probably. But it is, and having said that, why would you do it? And having been in that position before myself, sir, I suspect that every iwi claimant negotiator asks themselves, why would you settle for a fraction of what we have lost? And it's important. It is an important question to ask oneself. I think the answer to that is that because it provides opportunities for future generations to move from a place of grievance, of historical and intergenerational trauma, into a place of being able to address all of those things that we bear because of the breaches and because of the omissions of the Crown. And so I want to congratulate all of the iwi in this settlement bill, Ngāti Kuri, Te Aupōuri, Ngai Tākoto and Te Rarawa, for having the courage to go to this place, to take this pathway to settling these historical grievances. Nō reira, e ngā iwi o te hiku o te ika, ngā mihi nui ki a koutou katoa. Kia ora.
Jono.